I think it's like 99% chance it's going to be a C9 or TSM versus TL finals.
It's week 9 of the NALCS. I'm joined by Doublelift of Team Liquid with coverage presented by OmniSlash. Talk a little bit about how things are going at Team Liquid. Doublelift.
XG. I'm ready to answer a question that I've probably been asked 1,000 times already. Let's go.
What is the question?
How do you think your team's going to do? How's that game that you just played? It's okay, Travis. I'm ready for it.
Doublelift, if Spring Split 2018 was an anime, what anime would it be?
Boku no Pico?
I had to come up with a question that you've never been asked, and
Okay.
I asked that question to Avli earlier when I interviewed her, and she said it was My Hero Academia.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I guess I don't know who the main character in My Hero Academia is, actually. I forgot. But that's only true if I'm the main character.
Okay. So when you said, again, I know nothing about Boku no Pico, but are you the main character in Boku no Pico?
I guess you could say that.
What's the main character in Boku no Pico? I need to look this up now.
You know what? I think it's better if you just look stuff on your own. We don't talk about this anymore. Let's just go to the next question.
All right. I don't know what any of this means, so I don't have to look it up because, you put yourself in this situation very clearly. You guys were sucking, I feel like. Now you're starting to do okay. Do you agree?
Yeah, it's hard to argue that we weren't sucking, and I think it's totally fair. People were like, why is this roster not playing as well? We have like all really good players. We have, a very high expectation coming in, and our games when we lose, they don't even look close. So we were putting a lot of pressure on ourselves because, and just being really frustrated with ourselves and sort of like with the direction of the team. And so we just like kind of took it upon ourselves to fix that. And I think like the more time goes on, the more honest we are with each other. And I think that's really important. Like you come into this team, you don't want to step on toes because, everyone has a reputation. Everyone is very respected. But, the more like stepping on toes is kind of a bad way to put it. Like we really ironed out our problems and we really at sometimes we singled out players for not like being a part of the team in certain plays. And like that's just totally normal. I think that process of like respecting someone enough to give them criticism, fair criticism, is really important. Like, I mean, everyone was kind of like fair game. So like I was criticized for being maybe like too selfish and like not communicating well enough, and like so I think everyone kind of stepped up, and that's why the game today we were really far behind, and the meme is that we could never come back from behind.
Yeah.
But the game started off, it was terrible. Olaf had 4 kills, so and Jake was just getting screwed. He lost like every buff. So I think the fact that we were able to come back makes me really confident that we're stepping in the right direction.
Yeah. What are you guys doing differently in game that's allowing you to pull out the wins?
What are we doing in game? We really had a problem with translating practice to stage, and that doesn't mean that we're winning every scrim, but like the things that we were working on in practice, we didn't like execute well on stage. So on stage, like we just kind of talked a little bit about like, just remember like this is what we practice, and we kept each other focused on like what's next plan. And I think it's really strange because like if you don't practice those habits of like always having a plan for what to do next, then obviously when you get on stage, like you will be lost when you get really far behind, because the plan's going to be you're digging deep for this idea, like what to do next, how do we win. So like refining that over and over again over 9 weeks, I think that was really helpful. I think mainly what we're doing differently though is we are feeling more of like a team when we play. That sounds really generic, but basically like what that means is when we make a play, everyone's committed to it all in. It doesn't have to be the best play. Everyone just has to be all in on it. And like sometimes like getting commitment out of people for a play that they didn't come up with is like a leadership problem on the team. If you can't get everyone on the team to follow your idea, then you could say that it goes both ways, but I'd say it ultimately comes down to the shot callers on the team to like, get everyone on board on the same page. And so I think we did a better job of doing that.
All right. From a strategy perspective, though, are you approaching it differently? Like, are you looking at a more bot lane? Why are you waving at Bonnie? This is my time. Okay. I get to talk to you.
All right.
Are you looking at things from a more bot lane centric perspective? Are you trying to help out? Like, are you guys tweaking anything there, or was it really just sort of like a communication issue that you guys were looking to resolve?
I think in terms of team playstyle, you could say that we play around bottom a lot more now. But if like the meta shifts to like, really heavily playing around top or mid, I think that's what we've been practicing during the split. And then people are going to think like, oh, well, you guys sucked in the middle of the split, so that didn't work. But I think you kind of like, League is very binary. You kind of just suck at, in LCS, you just suck at something until you're good, because everyone else is already at that good level.
Yeah.
So I think when we get to playoffs, like, we'll be able to play a more flexible style, because we already know all the things that can go wrong when we play at a top and mid, or even even when we play at bottom. Sometimes a lot of the time we lost. So I'm not saying that like, just give me resources, we're gonna win. But I think having failure, definitely for us, like veteran players, we learn a lot faster than normal on those things. So I'm happy about it.
So you have an advantage because you've lost so much.
Yeah, I think so. If you go breeze through regular split, I feel like you didn't have as much challenge as you probably should have.
I mean, but you were on TSM and that's happened, right? Immortals, I know, is probably who you're going to suggest, right?
Yeah. We breezed through the regular. I think that's a extended case where the competition is just so far below. A good example, though, is Echo Fox right now. They breezed through early part of the split looking amazing, and then now they're looking really shaky. I feel like when playoff time comes, they're kind of not going to be strong. That's my bold prediction. I feel like they're just going to insta-lose out of playoffs. And I think part of that is just because they didn't meet a lot of opposition early on. So they didn't set themselves up to like learn how to resolve problems, I guess. Because like for us, we've been trying to figure out how to quote unquote like fix a team since week 1. So we have so much more of an advantage. We already figured out like systems for improvement, like systems for communicating with each other. Like, how do we problem solve? How do we overcome a plateau for our team? And then, Echo Fox, probably they're just cruising for like 6 or 7 weeks, and now it's not looking so hot.
Speaking of Echo Fox, did you get a chance to watch their game earlier today?
Yeah, they won with 2 new players. That was really impressive, but it was against FlyQuest.
It was against FlyQuest, that's true. What do you think of the performance of the 2 new players?
I didn't really watch very closely. I saw Demonte had perfect CS on Cassio. Even though Cassio is probably one of the easiest to CS with, I thought that was impressive for his like rookie performance. And then Papa Chow, when I was on TSM, I had a choice of bringing 2 players to Korea with us, Papa Chow or Biofrost. So I ultimately chose Biofrost, but Papa Chow was like right there. He was, if I didn't choose Vincent, he would have been TSM support.
Yeah. That you gave him the name Bio Daddy.
Yeah.
Could have been Papa Daddy.
Oh, wait, no. That would have just been weird.
Yeah.
Daddy Chow? No, I don't know. Papa Daddy just doesn't make any sense. Yeah. All right.
So, okay, so he there's an alternate world here where Papa Chow was like winning splits with you guys and going to Worlds and all that.
Yeah, he had potential 2 years ago when I scouted him, I guess, and I think it's finally like paying off for him that he was a good player for so long in solo queue.
He seems like a nice guy.
Mhm. He's cool.
He's cool. Well, how are you gonna do in playoffs?
I think we're either gonna win it all, or it's gonna go to Game 5, and it'll be one of the sickest sets ever, and we might lose.
In the finals?
In the finals, yeah.
You assume you're making finals.
We're either winning or we're gonna lose in Game 5.
Okay. So 100% chance at finals.
Yeah, 100%.
Who will you face? Because Parth is very curious about this as he walks by.
Well, we can't face. I think there's a really low chance we're gonna face TSM until the finals.
Yeah.
So, I just think that because we were like both at the bottom, so like the 5th and 6th seeds. I could be wrong at the end of today, or sorry, at the end of the weekend. But if we end up being like 4th and 5th seed or 5th and 6th seeds, us and TSM, it's like we can't face each other until the finals, because when you win the quarters, you face the number 1 and 2 seeds. So anyways, I think who we're gonna face ultimately is either a top 2 seed, aka I think C9 or TSM. Yeah. I think it's like 99% chance it's gonna be a C9 or TSM versus TL finals.
Okay. Very interesting. Who would you rather face?
Who would I rather face? We just beat We're 1-1 against both teams. I would rather play TSM for the storyline. Yeah, I think it'll be really sick. That finals might be like the hypest finals of any NLCS. Like since I was on CLG. And
I was gonna say like MSG 2015 was a pretty hype finals, nice. but so you think there's a chance they'd take you to Game 5, but you would lose to them?
I think it'll be close. I wouldn't say that we're like overwhelming favorites in the finals. Yeah. When you go to NLCS, anything can happen. Like, yeah, just looking back, like the only 3-0 finals in the last 2 years was actually us. Yeah. Hey, let's go.
Yeah. So as we're wrapping up the interview, I need to get two things on record. One is Kelby thinks that you're going to come on Hotline League now because you tweeted at him and said you'd come on.
Yeah.
So is that going to happen?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll talk to Michael about it. It worked. Because you said that the show was too small for you for a while, but then Kelby just asked, and that's all it takes.
You got your 10 fans to come tweet at me that they watch. There
were more than 10. There were a lot of fans that tweeted at you.
Yeah.
I just imagine you sitting there like...
I'm like picking at the scraps. I'm like looking for it.
Yeah.
I see a couple out there.
Yeah. More people watching that than Squad. Secondly, though... What up? Secondly, though, Bonnie made a commitment to get dinner with me and a friend and possibly you. Now it seems like she's backing out of it.
I think what actually happened is you made a commitment for Bonnie.
No, that's not true. I have the Facebook Messenger logs.
Okay. Release the logs. This is... Over here is where the logs will be.
Yeah. The paste bin.
The paste bin, yes. Yeah. And you guys can judge for yourselves whether or not Bonnie... I don't know. I'm just a third party.
Okay.
I'm just a mediator.
So are we going to get dinner?
Yeah, we're going to get dinner, I think. Just because you're guilt-tripping us. Tripping.
It's not because you're my friend and you want to hang out with me. It's not because
guilt.
It's not because I've been gone for a little bit and maybe time to hang out.
No.
I did a panel with Steve at South by Southwest.
Congratulations.
That's it? He's your boss. Let's go.
I've never been to South by Southwest.
Wait, why'd you get dinner with Parth? Collusion.
Oh, yeah, well, tampering, collusion.
Where did you get dinner with just... Because that night he tweeted a picture with like Mike Young. Were you with the team? Because last week I did an interview with...
No, I didn't. I only went with Parth.
Okay.
And Parth is seriously like... I think there's not a lot of figures in esports that can teach you discipline. Yeah. Parth taught me discipline.
He disciplined you?
He disciplined me, okay. Daddy. No, he was a great coach, and everyone shit on him. And I feel like all the players on TSM always defend him because he was a really good coach. No,
yeah, he's trash talking you right now. He just walked up at the end of this.
Yeah.
He said you disciplined him.
Yeah, Parth taught me discipline, and he's also a great friend. So we go out to eat once in a while and catch up.
Okay. Also, last week I did an interview. I think it was with Björg, and in the background, the entire team left with Sven. after Sven had lost, or after C9 had lost to TSM. What is more evidence of collusion? Sven leaving the LCS along with all of TSM after losing to the team, or you going out and doing one-on-one dinners with Parth?
I think the Sven thing is a little more of an indication, I gotta say. Yeah, those... When he played Kazakhs against Bjergsen and Syndra, not sure about that. No, I'm just kidding. I think Sven is just a really likable guy, too. Honestly, we don't hate each other at all, so we're still friends.
Where'd you go with Parth for dinner?
We went to Misfit. It's a nice restaurant on 3rd Street Promenade. If you're visiting LA, check it out.
At dinner, or before dinner, Peter's like, I have this thing with Travis. Can you just help me bail out? And I'm like, yeah, let's go get dinner. And he's like,
no, that's not true. What the fuck? He's trolling.
What? Okay, first the Hotline League thing, then you don't want to get dinner with me.
No, he's actually roasting me right now. Like, that didn't happen.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never known Parth to lie. He's honestly like one of the most honest people I know.
No, that's the first lie he's ever told. It starts small.
Yeah. Anything you want to say to the fans out there?
Thanks for believing in us. This interview was fucking long. If you made it this long, you must really like me and not Travis. So, no.
If they made it this long, it's because they got up to do something else and they put their headset down and we're just playing to like the cat sitting on the desk.
Yeah, this is like what people listening at the gym to get pumped. Yeah. And thanks for supporting us. I know it's like fucking weird to cheer for me on Team Liquid because our team doesn't look that good. It's a big change. Like, I just want, like, performance speaks across every shitter fan who, like, you know, just like hates me or hates Team Liquid and just like memes us and stuff. I think in the end, if we win, when we win, you know, like, it'll all be worth it. So I'm gonna make it worth it.
All right. Last question: are you jealous at all that Steve and Jack have stolen your SpongeBob meme game?
Oh my god, dude! I was the first for sure. Like, there needs to be an esports meme historian or something who like looks back and sees who started Caveman SpongeBob in the league scene. That was me. I was the original Caveman SpongeBob memer, and now everyone thinks they're cool. You know, like stealing memes and stuff. Not cool, guys. Not cool. But it's okay for Steve because he's my boss. Big Steve.
You can check out the rest of my coverage of all things esports right here on my YouTube channel. Yes, Peter. Yes, the money's in your account. I know. Yes, the whole 20K. Yes, I realize. Yeah. Okay, I'll talk. Oh. Listen, I need you to subscribe to this YouTube channel. Costs of production are going up dramatically. I can't get into specifics because I'm now under an NDA that a pro player made me sign, but the costs are pretty high. So thank you so much to OmniSlash for making this happen, and please subscribe because it's getting tough.